Hey YouTube, we're back live, and yeah, we're gonna start getting back into the code here. So I'm pretty sure we had a little breakthrough and found kind of a new use for my tools. So it's not this project, but we have. Oh, what is that? No. All right. Live paper. Okay, so when I ran my alpha script, let's just delete that right now. We found out that one of the trading indicators was giving a good signal, basically, but the signal was really short-lived. So that was the issue at hand. Now that we have a good indicator giving good prediction, we need to somehow find a way to just extend that prediction forward in time so that I can trade it with my latency on the exchange, which is, of course, the hard part, but we will figure this out here. Get my chat going. Okay. So we'll give Gemini this just so that I can kind of clearly state this to you guys. I'm pretty sure it was like Hawks based. What was it here? So, well, this was actually the so this is what we're doing. So the hazard imbalance that I had was here's just the lowdown of what it was capturing. It was self-exciting order flow imbalance. So it was an order flow imbalance mixed with the Hawks excitation model, and it was showing good edge. And then of course there's other things in there, but we need to riff off of this sort of excellent. Okay, so let's see here. We'll give that there. Let's see. Okay. So now that we have this document, we can move forward on testing other indicators. So at this point, we have the structure of the algorithm, like the file structure here. We have basically everything that we're going to need. And yeah, so we're going to have to update the features and the indicators. But the way that this alpha script is working is essentially I was recording. You can see I was running a trading algorithm. It ended up at 0, essentially. It was getting eaten alive by the fees that I had programmed into the script, which were probably way higher than they're supposed to be. But it took over 1,000 trades overnight. Mostly long. It was like almost all long, some short. But we had something working, and this is kind of the whole thing. You run a strategy, and then you tune it, and then you iterate. That's the whole point here. You never run it live because this would have blown up my account. So thankfully we can paper trade it before running it live. I think we're going to delete all these alpha JSON files. And we are going to yeah, we're going to update this real quick. So we'll see what this has to say. Yeah, there's a real predictive edge of 0.62. The signal is monotonic, which is the word for essentially it smooths out the noise. And yeah, let's get some new indicators to test here because that's kind of the whole point. So yeah, so it obviously the problem to solve was overcoming the fees that I had programmed in there. Somehow it was 9.2 bits it was $9 to enter a trade. So That's not realistic. I guess I overestimated this. That's probably why the algo just traded to 0. But yeah, let's get right into it here. We're gonna grab my context for the script. And actually, we're going to actually go to math here because, all right. So I need a script that has a bunch of new indicators, live WebSocket data. Let me make sure it understands, because sometimes I'll say something and it kind of doesn't fully get what I'm trying to do here. But keep it pushing. It looks like TikTok is way more popular than the YouTube here. But yeah, I go live on TikTok and YouTube at the same time. All right. You need a Python script. You can connect your live WebSocket. All right, yeah, obviously. The script is complete. Okay. So we need a way. Make sure that we're cool. Okay. So it's hard to describe. I'm trying to make a script essentially just that does a mass research on different trading indicators, so that we can find the best ones to layer in. So we're going to do hierarchical. Can't speak. It's a hierarchy of different time frames for indicators. So what we're doing is we're going short, medium, long, essentially, probably many in between. But the whole point is I have indicators that can predict the next 200 milliseconds in a trade. Those are easy to get and to use order flow and balance. That's very easy to have. Now the whole thing is you need to extrapolate, and you need to find a way to take that signal and move it towards minute, 5 minutes, further beyond what I can do. So I can trade 2 seconds, but do you want to take a trade within 2 seconds? You only do if you can beat your fees. So there's always trade-offs when it comes to making these sort of decisions. At the end of the day, I'm probably going to need at least a minute of holding, looking at, what's it called? We need to go to Hyperlquid. This is what we're trading. Perps. And then we're going to focus on hype. So, yeah, let's look at the minute chart here. Yeah. So this move was perfect, right? It was just straight up, and that was like 30 minutes. Probably. So if my algorithm could have captured all of that, or if it just like traded a bunch of longs in there, we'll see what happens here. Not thinking too hard about it. But that's the end goal of what I'm trying to do here. So we're going to get back in ChatGPT here. We are going to give it that prompt. Let's see. I mean, Gemini loses context pretty easily. I had that script for a reason. So, because okay, so I'm going to give it a bunch of context here. Okay, we got that. We give it system specs. Okay, the goal. You aim to evolve a high-frequency trading model from a simple pattern recognizer into a comprehensive market state modeler. The ultimate goal is to create a system that's not okay. So, system that separates the when to trade from what and how. Okay. So just make sure that this is capturing everything I want, and I'll give it to ChatGPT because Gemini is just it's not going to get it done. It's not going to get it done here. Oh wait, let's refresh here. Upcoming. Simply not. Oh. Okay, we got one person out here on YouTube. We got one guy out there. Now I am concerned about this other stream, but I'm not. Okay, let's just not deal with it. Okay. Okay, so need the research flat script that looks at predictive indicator math at different time frames. Okay, now I need to be a little more descriptive. I kind of just want like a prompt from this to put at the top of this piece of paper here. This text block. Because if I just slam that into GPT-5, it might go off in the wrong direction. Okay. No. Oh, geez. Okay. So, let me give it actually this. Review how the alpha script works in this code base. So the way that this code works is I've pre-configured the trading algorithm, right? And essentially we're capturing the raw events of everything my trading algorithm does, which includes all the indicators. So we're getting these numbers from different indicators we're running. And hey, Manny, what's up? What's going on? And yeah, so we're running what's it called? The trading indicator math. We're capturing it, and then we're running AlphaScript to capture kind of a summary. If you have any questions, let me know, Manny. Yeah, I could run you through a quick outline of what we're doing, but I'm trying to just do some research here. So Alpha is a powerful offline analysis and diagnostic tool. For your trading strategy, it doesn't run the live strategy, instead it reads data. Yes, exactly. Okay. Thanks, man. I appreciate the follow. That was dope. Yeah, if you're trying to make a trading algorithm, this is the channel to follow, because I don't see anyone else doing it. Yeah, hey, thanks, dude. We found a profitable edge, but it wasn't good enough. It wasn't long enough. It decayed too quickly, so we ended up losing a bunch of money, in theory. But we'll keep at it here. All right. So Script's core purpose is to check the alpha signal at a given time and can predict the future price. Okay. Yes, I want a script like alpha. I'll run live WebSocket data against a bunch of logic, volume, and trade base in those safety nets. So we are using high frequency WebSocket data. So if you're thinking in terms of like volume, we're definitely looking at tick level volume. So we're looking at, is it buy, is it sell? So we're looking at WebSocket data. So I'm not sure what data you're talking about running logic volume and trade base. I think we're using a little bit more granular, unless you are talking about WebSocket data, I can quickly. All right, Manny, I got it. I'll answer your question. If you'd be a little more descriptive, it could help me. So what is logic volume? Logic volume and trade base of algo trade. Because if you're thinking about, okay, logical volume, yes, order flow trading is definitely what we're definitely looking at. Market microstructures. So yeah, we're using those fine-grained data, WebSocket, WebSocket data for sure. We're working with that type of data. We're not working with like open, high, low, close, like K-line data. Definitely not doing that. High frequency WebSocket data, but we're going beyond just like, yeah, this is going to be way too simple. We've broken through the simplicity. We're going way deeper. You can, if you want to look at so these are some of the indicators that we're running here. I know on TikTok you could go sideways if you can't see it, but the one that was showing really good, so we're going to go into, this features is actually what we were doing. So, yeah, so all of this code are my indicators. So whatever you were talking about, just two things, it's not. So I'm using Hawks, excitation, and order flow imbalance. I think that one was doing really well. But yeah, we're doing imbalance and micro price. We're doing it all here. Like we're doing it at the highest level. So maybe this can level you up a little bit here. But yeah. So where was I at? This running the analysis function. Okay, yes, I want the script. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, I was not even. As you can see, I wasn't even typing. Yeah, have you tried using? Cool. Any other questions? Let me know. So many have not specifically used logic volume and trade base in those safety nets. But we definitely have a risk management strategy. I find that the risk management happens to be, yeah, man, we're doing it here. We're trying to code up the best algo, and I'm sharing the whole thing. Like I don't mind sharing this whole strategy with you guys. It's no big deal. No big deal. It's so complicated that it's beyond like even my comprehension. And I mean, you could screenshot it, but it's a lot of code, and it goes beyond that. Like there's configuration files, but we're going to condense down. We're not going to keep it as complicated as this, but we're right now we have like a skeleton code for a good trading algorithm, and we're going to iterate on it. No, so yeah, you're right. I'm not doing high frequency trading. I have a latency of 1.4 seconds on Hyperlquid, which is the exchange that I'm going to trade on. So I'm definitely not doing high frequency, but what we're doing is we're taking high frequency data, and then we're going to use custom math and try and extrapolate that signal, because order flow imbalance, all these high frequency indicators, they're predictive to 200 milliseconds, 300 milliseconds, 1 second, right? But there's a way to extrapolate that signal further out. That's kind of our whole goal right now, is to take high frequency data and find a way to predict a future price further out. So that's kind of what we're working on right now, if that summarizes the whole thing. But yeah, we're definitely using high frequency data. There's no point in using K-line data. I tried using 1 minute K-line data, and it was not, there's just no point. The WebSocket data is so much better. You can do so much more with it. It's just the way to go. Okay. So now I think ChatGPT kind of understood what I was talking about. Or Gemini. Yes, I understand completely. You want a script that acts as a live data logger. It will connect to a website, calculate all of your predictive alpha signals in real time, and then save it to, yes. Okay, perfect. Okay. Okay, so. Okay. Need a system prompt that describes making that project for novel math to another AI. All right, so we're about to prompt ChatGPT. Gemini will not give you good algorithm stuff, so we're working it here. I'm working my way. I see this prompt, and then I can throw it up into here, and then we'll go ChatGPT. Okay. This should work. Okay. All right, let's get GPT-5 in here. Let's build out this script. Actually, can delete that down. So, okay. So this code right here we're looking at, it was working, and this was I ran it overnight. It ended up going to 0 due to the fees I coded in there. So it's a paper trade strategy, but it works on live data. The whole point, I kind of ran this, and then we ran essentially a data analysis tool on it to see what edge or what alpha was working really well, which was the most predictive signal. But we're just going to now kind of focus in on the predictive signal. We're focusing solely on coding up equations that predict price. That's kind of what we're researching right now. Once we have those indicators, then it's going to be pretty easy to attach on a decision engine and then easily call APIs. That's no big deal. It's just you want to get the core math down, the core predictive signal that everything, the whole script is just based off of that. So I found some good ones. The issue was it was predicting short term. So there is more than likely a way to take a bunch of short-term indicators and kind of connect the dots there and make it go further out. There's probably a way to do that. Okay, so we are going to go over here. All right, we got features. We're just going to get something working and then focus on the math here. So alpha, which will be the research script, heads. No, see, this is not. Okay, I want 3 scripts. One, config. I want following code parts. I want a config. Features. .py, so config, features, and then we'll do the alpha. .py and run. Run will run it live WebSocket data on Hype. Hyperlquid. Is that vision you testing them out? Yeah, we're going to test them out. We're testing out the vision here. Yeah, we're doing just super, wait, why not start from scratch if you do the right questions and then graph it and make sure? So we did build this from scratch. The whole point is that that we need to find the core predictive signals. So that's all I'm focused on right now is finding the core predictive signals. And the only way to do that is essentially run the math, collect a CSV file with that math you've run, and then do some data analysis and see which one was predicting, which one was having best signal. So we're doing just technical indicator research at the highest level. So once I find those core signals, so we're going to obviously want like entry signal, we're going to want exit signal, we're going to want some sort of other signals, but at the end of the day, if we have an equation predicting the price exactly, then yeah. But yeah. I want the following config features, alpha and run. Run, I got Hyperlquid, Hyperlquid, and collect the data to analyze with. Collect the data to analyze with and collect the data to analyze with with alpha. Sorry guys, so it's very distracting, the TikTok thing. It's just constantly flashing. But we're getting it done. No one on YouTube is asking any questions, so we're going to push forward and get this technical indicator research built. Okay? We are researching technical indicators, microstructure indicators. Okay. And we're just going to get these sort of, probably want a config file just to tweak config.pdf, just to be able to tweak the math a little bit, because sometimes you hard code something in there and you can adjust it later to get a better signal. Okay. Config features alpha run. Okay, that is good. All right. We will get this installed here. Pip install. I'll run it with that. Cool. Okay, so it looks like it's going to go to Bitcoin, but it's okay. We'll features. I'm trying to get something that works right now, and then we'll dive deep into the ideation aspect of this. We'll use our tools that we have, and I'll show you guys how I would get good ideas from ChatGPT, essentially. How would I get good indicator math from my tool here? It's not too difficult, but you gotta guide it in the right way. So let's just make sure right. Let's check with Gemini. sure we're accomplishing our goals here. But what's TikTok looking like here? Oh, I see. That's and that also. Cool. Whoops. All right. All right. So it did get what I wanted. It captures multi-scale obfuscating architecture we discussed. Okay. So we'll run it, and we'll get the features. And then key accomplish what is right. Okay. Perfect. Now let's see if it actually runs. It's okay. We'll run it on Bitcoin data right now. So that was to be expected. So actually, we could probably run it on 2 different indicators. We can run it on collect 2 data sources, and actually that might be too complicated. I don't want to overcomplicate things. I want to focus on the asset that I'm trading, which is HYPE. I want this code to analyze liquid. Okay. So we'll get that going. We'll reset Gemini. I don't know what that was about. Cool. Cool. And then we'll get Grok in here for some good ideas. But we had some decent ideas in this systems graphics market. So yeah, we'll dive deep into order flow and balance math, I think. So that's going to be the number one indicator up there. Designing a trading indicator. Well, hold on. We will extract the good stuff from this script here. What does the alpha script look for? Expand that all the things needed to look for predictive. Alright, we'll get what alpha does there. Okay, you're getting the Windows because okay. No. Yeah. Cool. We're getting there, guys. Sorry it's taking so long, but you know, we coded this one up from scratch and it was working. Had some decent parts, and we're just trying to, piece it back together. Deconstruct, reverse engineer the core alpha, which I've essentially already done all this. I have the info about it. So, the threading, no, that's not what I was looking for. Okay. Yeah, the multi-scale alpha cascading system is essentially what we need here. That's what they called it. Some AI psychosis going on. For sure. Yeah, fast signals no longer. The signal becomes evidence, confirming or denying a broader thesis, how it extends the edge forward in time. This architecture doesn't magically make a 1 second signal predict 30 seconds out. Instead, it achieves a longer lasting edge through 3 key innovations. It separates the what from the when. The old way, single monolithic alpha tries to answer, should I buy right now? New way, the system splits the question. Module slow ask, is the underlying environment in the next 30 seconds bullish? The what? Okay. See, this is some good stuff there. There's definitely a lot I put into that. I forgot that was good. It was a good file, but it's not what we need. We need the math. Okay. So alpha, we got config. Okay, good. We're not doing any sort of fees in this thing because it's overestimating fees for sure. All right, features, and then we'll go run. Ooh, okay, it's not ready. It's not ready yet. Now it's ready. I think we already installed. Optional. All right, let's just make sure it's getting the data. Cool. We did it. So this is what you want to see. When you're doing this sort of indicator analysis, you need to run it, and you need to collect every tick will be a different number, and then when I run alpha, it'll run back, it'll look here, be like, oh, what did the signal say? And then it'll look down here, and be like, oh, that signal was predicted, essentially. But at some point, you need to record some data. And it's weird that it kind of stopped it, but it's probably because, yeah, I was just on the script. All right, we're going to stop that real quick. Let's try Python alpha. Okay. So I'm going to show it this here, just because alpha did not work, but okay. All right, so anybody have questions? Can answer the question, but no questions. People just observing. All right. What did I ask in here? Oh yeah, we were trying to figure out what the alpha script was doing. Is an offline analysis designed to diagnose and validate the predictive power of a trading model signals? Yes. Okay. that is good because I need to tell ChatGPT that's what I want from my alpha script. Okay. Sweet. Here's a drop in alpha that keeps your existing slow fast modules fixes the Windows docs range. You only need NumPy. Alright. CSV compressed signal. Alright. Just make sure just to confirm the alpha script does this. Alright. So reads the run CSV emits a compact JSON. Okay. Okay. Alpha's getting built. It's getting built up. And then we're going to really analyze hype. Now, if you don't know why I'm trading hype, it's because it's their native coin, and no other exchange is controlling the price action. So this is true price discovery. So whatever the order book and the tick data is for this coin means it's going to be the true signal. So, like for example, Bitcoin on Hyperliquid, it's being arbitrage and all sorts of things. So that order book isn't going to give as predicted of a signal. So that's my theory. We'll test it out. Now, it could be that Binance is still controlling the price of Hyperliquid, or like that's the true source of price discovery on Binance still. That's usually how it is for all other coins. Binance is the way to go when it comes to looking at data for these coins. Just like it would be to look at New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ order book combined to know the price of, let's say, Apple. Same sort of concept there. All right, let's get alpha in here. We'll delete that. We're going to confirm with this, just to confirm we're doing it right here. What's up, Millie? So, short answer, not yet. Alpha script I gave analyzed hype CSV from you want an offline tool that reads. Well, hold up. Want a price prediction that looks to find the best to extend edge into the future. We will collect data and run the script to see the alpha script should create a super dense knowledge summary to be copied paste to you doesn't need to be human readable. Let's make sure they're tracking here. Are you tracking? Is it tracking? What is going on? So, no one has any questions? We'll wait for this to load up, and then essentially we'll just record data, and then just see what it shows us. And then obviously we'll do an idea section. We'll go full AI psychosis and do some crazy novel math and figure out a new indicators that would in theory give us better edge, right? We have something good to test here, but I'm skeptical of its actual performance. So got it. I wrote the alpha into a self-contained offline model search. Yes. Or okay. I think I confused it. Okay. Was a little bit confused. You can tell I was confused because it was like, or this alpha stats, which is not what we're creating here because that's from the other script. This definitely just creates stream hype CSV. And then the fact that got confused on that, then it's going to be like, oh, what's the actual, what are the actual columns of that? So we just reset it, and also I don't want to, well, we'll fix that when we get to it. I don't like running things with like all these arguments. Let's see. Okay, got it. Here are the full files cleaned up in MongoDB, so you can stream hype perp data to CSV and run offline. It might not be getting the right thing, but we'll figure it out. Wow, 7 people in YouTube. What's up? Any questions? Any questions on the trading algo? While we wait for some code here, while we wait for the alpha script. Oh, Franklin, what's good, dude? What's good? You're back. Back crushing it. You're going to be the most sophisticated quant dev around. Yeah, so we were, yeah, what's up? Yeah, we ran that script last night, the one that you probably saw me coding yesterday. And it had some good edge. It had some good stuff there, but it essentially lost all the money. It took 1,600 trades. Here are all the trades it took. And it got eaten alive by the the fees. So yeah, unfortunately, I probably put in like too high fees for this, so just got eaten alive. Ended up at like 99 cents from 1,000. But it took a long time too. It took overnight to lose all that money, so it's pretty consistent at losing. All right, we got run. Now we're gonna back out of that script. We go math here. All right, run. Need alpha. There we got features. Well, definitely got rid of some of the math. It's okay. Big. All right. We got alpha. Let's just do a simple run it through the paces here. We're going to do run. We're going to be collecting data here. So, okay, that's good. So we're going to get spread dwell, we're going to get replenishment, we're going to get all of this sort of data here. Okay, the bursts up, yep. Okay, perfect. We're getting all that data, boom. While we get all that data, I can go over here and go Python alpha UI. Oh, of course it won't run because I spelled Python wrong. Okay, so I have our next thing we can fix. But going over here, do that. Go to run the script with commands. Everything should be hard-coded and aligned with my objective, which is hey viscose car. I use the tools at hand. I'm a quant dev. Quant coder. I am coding something, right? We're using our coding tools. Yeah, well, you tell me, can someone make all this code here? I don't know. Could you code all that? You tell me. Oops. We got our first hater in the live here. We love it. I don't want to run script with commands. Everything should be hard coded and aligned with my objective, which is what do we got here? What's our alignment here? Indicator, research, edge that lasts beyond. I'm just gonna go very. we got the haters on the live here. Viscose car. Yeah, you'll find that like people who traditionally were coders and had that sort of capacity to memorize all the syntax, they're very upset that AI has leveled the playing field. It has fundamentally changed the game. Anyone can code. Literally anyone can code right now, and that makes people very, very upset. And it's true. You used to have a moat around your sort of sophistication in coding, but AI is a tool that if you're not using properly, if you're not using it to the fullest extent, you're going to get left behind. I'm making incredibly sophisticated code very, very quickly. If I were to stop using my tool and try to just do this on my own, it would take years and years and years to type out all this to get to this level of sophistication. But guess what? I can whip up trading algorithms in about 10 minutes. Oh, okay. The guy just wanted to make a comment. But yeah, so you're going to see there's a lot of people that are upset that coding has just become accessible to everyone. And you'll see a lot of people code and they're just doing like web dev stuff. When it comes to quant dev stuff, you're doing some stuff at the most sophisticated math level, and you're also doing something that could potentially earn you a lot of money if you run a good strategy. So it's the best of both worlds. It's actually the ultimate test for AI. It's almost the impossible task. Make me the holy grail where I can just click a button and make a bunch of money. But yeah, it's like the ultimate test for the intelligence. So we will get config. Okay. So full. Day trade. It's the best name. The day trader has entered the. Thanks, dude. You want to know anything about the code here? The feature engineering, the edge. I got you. I share all the edge and the alpha. So far we got this stuff right here, but this is gonna change in a little bit. Yeah. If you're just looking at we're all about trading here, but we're using completely different. We're not using the charts to trade. But we'll look at the charts just to make sure the algorithm is like, for example, I should have been recording there. That would have been a good signal to have, like that sort of dump. But we'll come back. We'll see if it rebounds and retests the resistance there. So let me quickly get this script running. Oh, well. Yeah, come and join. We're making trading algorithms at, like, honestly the highest level that no one's going to show you this because they're hiding behind, the course wall, whatever you want to call the paywall. But we're out here sharing everything. Everything's live. You can check out my YouTube. If you're on TikTok, go to the YouTube. It's probably better quality, better everything. I have a mic that's hooked up on YouTube. I'm using a very simple webcam setup. I'm dual streaming. So, yeah. Hop on the YouTube live. I don't know if that shadow bans me on TikTok, but we'll see. Alright, this is the alpha script. It's just designed to look at the CSV file and get me... Oh, so we have a decent amount of data. Actually, we were recording, weren't we? Oh, okay. Perfect. Alright, so we did record this dump, which is good. I forgot that we left that running. So we'll be able to see if the math I have in there was able to correctly identify this sort of movement, or in particular any sort of movement. We'll see, hopefully. But yeah. That was a full alpha. The alpha script is massive. Hey, appreciate the follow, Day Trade. That's what's up. Posting all the day trade content, but with software. Okay. Let's see if Python Alpha runs. Unfortunately, did it work? Oh. Oh, okay. All right, let's see what we recorded here. Let's see if it worked. So we did get the data, which is perfect. It's all up there. It's kind of hard to see. It read this file. Okay, it did read it did create something that's human readable. So, it's cost square and uses a walk forward splits plus bridge selection to bias towards stability over fit. Okay. All right. We'll see what ChatGPT thinks. All right, let's see. It's just a tiny sample of 1,000 rows. Treats everything as pilot-only costs, blah, blah, blah. Your 1 to 2 second alpha isn't robust here. Okay. All right. This is good, though, right? Because this is the time to show everyone how I come up with new ideas, how I use my tools, which is AI, and we're going to go full AI psychosis and go do some. We're going to dive deep into ChatGPT, what it thinks, how we can full AI psychosis here. All right, what's it you did right? All right. I need a way. All right, this is where we're going to get into the idea creation. Okay. I need a way. Okay. Explain in simple terms what we are trying to do. I'm trying to make sure that it's fully aligned with what our goal is, and then I'll be like, okay, what's the best way to do it? I'm going to align myself here. TikTok is popping off. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you guys have any other questions, just let me know. We're going to essentially create a better feature set. This is what we're doing here. So when you run any trading algorithm, it's looking at some sort of indicator. It's running math against the data you have, and then that math is trying to essentially give you a signal for price prediction. So there's so many different ways there's so much search space in that sort of area. You really need to dial it in, and you need to be like, hey, I need 5 to 10 second edge, or I need an exit signal edge, or you really need to dial it in. Otherwise, it's just going to give you kind of generic answers. So, all right, the goal, we're trying to build a teeny fast indicator that says up or down. No, it's not what we're doing. Wrong. We are trying to create or find and research new math that can take WebSocket data and make a long edge that lasts for minutes. Holy grail of trading indicator math. Does that make sense? The goal is to run math live, collect the data, and run alpha to summarize findings and iterate. You are my tool to find. Okay. Have you ever created a trading algorithm before? Something that you're trying to do right now? We ran a trading algorithm last night. I've been doing this for a little bit. You're not going to find anyone doing at this highest level of sophistication. So we're using WebSocket data. This is a complete trading algorithm. It lost a bunch of money last night. It's all good. We're trying to find the holy grail. Like the end goal is something that can handle my latency. So I have a 1.4 second latency on Hyperlquid. So we're designing this completely from scratch around my sort of constraints. But yeah, I'm all self-taught, fully in tune with the AI. I'm fully reliant on AI to do all this stuff. And that's why I've been able to get to this level of code, is because I use AI, right? No one's making this on their own, or if they did, they're definitely not showing it live, because this is their edge, this is your edge, your alpha, right? You're creating this combination of math that is your sort of signal. But I'm able to just easily scrap this, come up with a different edge and alpha that'd be better. But we're iterating, we're essentially doing live research. 10-4 got it. You're seeing, I literally made this whole script yesterday. So if you know how to prompt your tool, which is AI, you can create the most sophisticated strategies really quickly. You just kind of need to know what's going on. You just need to know, okay, what exchange am I trading on? What's the data like? Okay, what are my constraints? What are my latencies? Right? Run a latency script on that exchange. Essentially, you push an order to that exchange, wait for the acknowledgement back from that server. That's your latency. That's your constraint. If you have a really low latency, you can print money, because most, if you can co-locate a server or something, most high-frequency scripts are printing money. If you can trade within 100 milliseconds, then the game, you're basically cheating. But I have 1.4 seconds, so we have to do something completely different here. But yeah, I started, but oh man, many things I don't know. Yeah, about coding? So you can see what I'm doing, right? All I have is a Python script here. Setting up the Python environment is the easiest thing. I'm literally copy-pasting, and I'm just running the code, and then copy-pasting back. If you were to break down what I'm actually doing, it's anyone can do it. It's just, it might seem so complicated because I'm looking at these sort of math, there's so much code. I don't know anything about this code. I also don't know anything about this math. But I know, I've been doing this long enough where I know where the AI has gone a little psychotic and it doesn't. No, seriously, like this was never possible before, right? You think I know all this code? There's absolutely no shot. Now I've looked at enough code to where it's like, oh, I can tell where this is wrong. But Python tells you if the code is wrong, because I run it and it doesn't run, so I immediately know it doesn't work. So it's the easiest thing. It's a new thing. Like no one, like this is just been possible by GPT-5, because all the other AI, there was a lot of back and forth, a lot of bad code, a lot of errors, but now you're able to get really sophisticated code one shot. Not like one shot, but you're able to get really good code to run really easily with GPT-5. And it gives you really good math as well. So, I mean, go to my YouTube, look at what I do. I've been building this stuff live for about a week now. Yeah, it's super easy. I mean, it's not that easy, but yeah. It's easy enough to where anyone can get going right now. You just need to know how to run a Python environment, run Python code, and you want to know, like, you just want to know the output, right? I want to make money trading automatically. Okay. We'll figure out the in-between steps there. Dive deep into the math. Yeah, exactly. It really doesn't take that much time, but I've been at it for a while, so that's why my code's very sophisticated, and I know like a lot of details. And I know how to use my tool. I know how to use AI. So what I've done here is I've aligned the AI. So you're not just turning an indicator, you want to identify new math that turns raw WebSocket tape into minute scale edge that survives cost and regime shifts, which is the holy grail. So stream live, compute candidate math in real time, log it, do an offline data analysis, tighten the rules, and repeat. So it's an iteration. Perfect. Okay. Yes, output full code files, align my script for that agenda. Cool. That's all I had to do. So now I've aligned AI with my objective. It was leaning at, it was thinking I wanted high frequency indicators because we're using high frequency data. But no, I need kind of low frequency edge from high frequency data. So there's very nuanced little things, but yeah, you can pick up from it, pick up all this stuff from watching me. But yeah. So we'll get these full code files, and then we'll get Grok is really good at like coming up with some new ideas. So we'll run Grok here for a second. I want to use OFI like math. Create new novel indicators that can predict price 1 to 30 minutes out. Let's break down the ideas into steps. All right. We'll see what Grok can come up with. So right now we're just aligning the AI to what I want. I want essentially some math that can take in the data and give me a price prediction. Okay, if you're going to short here, where's the price you think it's going to? If you're going to long here, where do you think you're going to take profit? It's kind of essentially what we're doing, but when you know that when you read the order book and the tick level data, like OFI, if I know the sell wall disappears and in about 10 milliseconds I know that price is going to hit that other price up there because I see the excitation in the indicator stuff, then you can price predict super short term price movements with very high accuracy. But how do you take that and do that a bunch and then get it? So what chart are you using as an example? So right now I use TradingView, and I will use, so for example, when I'm just want to take a look at the market, I'll just use TradingView. It's pretty good. Like, it's obviously the best charting platform. It's free. But for this one, when I'm running the code, for example, I'm looking specifically at Hype or backtest. I run completely custom backtest. I do not use any third-party libraries. I haven't been able to backtest because my strategies require high-frequency WebSocket data. I can show you what that looks like. I ran a little script here. Pretty sure it's over here. So I made this little script just to demonstrate like what type of data I'm working with, right? So I can't backtest my strategy on 1 minute K-line data. That's the problem. If I have the historical Bitcoin K-line data, I can get K-line data very easily. But when you're working with, where is it? No, it wasn't this one. Sorry, I'm looking for the script here. It's called Web. Man, where did I put that? K-line? Oh, here it is. Okay. So, okay. For example, this is essentially the backtesting script. Okay, so this is 1 minute K-line data, right? The entire history of Bitcoin is within, was that almost 3 million rows? Yeah, it's only 3 million rows. I have 2 months of Bitcoin data with high frequency data, and it's over 1 billion rows. So working with that data is extremely difficult. And when you're dealing with high frequency data, and particularly backtesting, you need to align it. So I found out my data was like off by like 50 to 100 milliseconds, and I've been trying to align it. I have a server blade, and I'll run it, but it takes like 5 days for the script to run. So I kind of bailed on all this backtesting stuff, but I will backtest the strategy, but I want to first run something live that gives me indication that, oh, it's worth backtesting first. But we're definitely going to run it back and fix that data. Yep. But yeah, look, 3 million rows is nothing, and this is not granular enough. So I was going to show you here, Python web. Oh, I'm never giving up here. Alright, so let me show you here. So this is K-line data versus this is the type of data you get within 1 minute of K-line data. You're getting, if you have a while loop and doesn't end, and it's a loop until it crashes. Well, yeah, I mean, when you so this is why it's very difficult. It's really not easy to work with high frequency data. It's so much easier to work with live WebSocket data and just recording that than it is for me to. So what I did was Hyperlquid has recorded data on their AWS server. I was able to download it, and then you basically try and feature engineer it into something usable for backtesting. But it's gigabytes of data, and it's just a jumbled mess of 20 levels of order book and tick level data, and they're separated. So it's a whole thing, and I was close to getting it done. I'm actually at the point where it's like, I know exactly what to do. It just took so long to. Oh wait, that's crazy, like, because building backtesting can be. No, it's really not that hard. You can do literally anything with code. So Franklin, it's when you're running a backtest, like I can get a backtest engine in about 20 minutes from coding or with AI coding. Let me be very frank here. Don't use a framework because a framework is limited. A framework is just looking at 1 minute K-line. And trust me, I tried doing the most sophisticated K-line math. It's just not there. Like, you don't have that granularity. So you gotta see, you're gonna get way better prediction from this data than you are gonna get from the. Now, if you're doing like RSI based or like very slow. Yeah. Now I'll probably use this K-line data to train an AI to see if that maybe can find some sort of pattern in the candles. So I still have it here, but I was running backtests on it. I have a backtest script here. I mean, I have it right here. So just to show you guys, I was running backtests. Okay, maybe this wasn't the backtest script. It's called backtest for sure. This ended up being like an AI thing. Either way, I think we're gonna just run things live, and we'll one day get to the high frequency backtesting script. But also, when I was running backtests, I wasn't able to stream because it was taking up like the entire CPU. So we'll just run things live for now. All right, we're back. Let's get back to it, guys. What do we do? What do we even do? Ouch. Config. We have just aligned the code to what I would really want. Yeah, keep up the questions, guys. I'll keep looking over there. But yeah, I mean, back testing with those frameworks is fundamentally limited. You're gonna get stuck in the non-sophisticated algorithm camp because it's fundamentally you're using essentially a compressed data source, which you might think, oh yeah, like all the sophisticated things are going on 1 minute, but it's like the high frequency is where you're going to get all the alpha here. Look at this stuff here. Order flow balance. That's where it's at. Have you heard of the Medallion Fund? Is that so if that's like an institutional, the highly secretive, successful hedge fund? Oh yeah, Renaissance Technologies. Okay, I have heard of them, but they're playing a different game. I'm trying to work my way up there, right? So at the end of the day, they have direct market access to the exchanges. So I'm starting with crypto because I essentially have direct market access to Hyperlquid with the free data and the ability to push orders to it, like freely at a very high rate. All right, see you day trade. Appreciate the follow. But yeah, so we're playing a different game here. I'm still retail, but I'm doing retail at the highest level right now. We're gonna create. Essentially, they have a co-located server, and they can push trades at literally nanoseconds. At that sort of math and that sort of frequency, they can do whatever they want. And it gets really, really sketchy because you can do super illegal things and have loopholes being like, oh, yeah, but like, you have no idea how sophisticated you can get when you push trades that quick. But we're working our way up there. I will one day launch a co-located server, for sure. But we'll get there one day. We have to do these features with alpha. Okay. Let me make sure I got all of this here. Got features. Okay. All right, we have a new list of indicators we're going to test. I don't necessarily know if this is what I wanted here, but we'll run it back. Minute rows. So, okay. Let's just see if it runs. Python run. We'll collect some data while I work the AI to get better prints. I think this conversation is over ChatGPT. Now Grok was coming up with some good stuff here. OFI is a microstructure indicator that quantifies the net pressure from buy and sell orders in the limit order book. It measures changes in supply and demand at the best bid and ask levels, which can signal short-term price movements. The core idea is okay. If y'all didn't know what OFI was, that's what it is. So studies show that OFI can explain roughly 70 to 80% of short-term price variance in equities and crypto. So imagine that. If you can predict 70% of the moves, you can have a very, very profitable trading algorithm. It's particularly effective for horizons of 5 minutes, but can extend to 30 minutes with aggregation. Okay. So we're collecting some data here, and then we will get the context. Okay. It didn't click to me until yesterday that most things can be done with yes, Frank. I know this might seem like I'm full AI psychosis with all this math stuff, but this is the perfect test for AI. Right? AI is really good at coding. It's really good at math. This QuantDev.ai stuff, creating trading algorithms, is the perfect synergy for that, and it's really, really good. Like, I'm getting great results, and when you know how the market, OFI is incredible. Like, if you know how the market actually was being traded and worked, you would not ever make a trade on K-lines again. Like, you'd be like, oh my god, I'm at a disadvantage. People have literally like crazy vision into the markets. They're executing trades in nanoseconds or microseconds, whatever it is, right? They're literally looking at this and predicting all of it, and they're just printing money with it. So, yeah, OFI is fundamentally, we're going to use OFI, but then we're going to do our own little twist, right? OFI is like base level of what we're going to do. But yeah, I mean, once people dive deep into the coding aspect of trading, it's like your eyes get opened up and you realize, oh wow, like people who are, day trading and stuff, they're just really guessing. And you can kind of see patterns and stuff, and the math does end up creating these sort of patterns, like naturally. But yeah, you're at such a disadvantage. So you might as well, crypto, you can get free data, and you can join them. There's plenty of liquidity. Like, you could trade big sizes. Hey, Solana, thanks for the follow, dude. Hey, you're still here. Any other questions from what kind of trading bot? Hey, dude. Okay, we have right now, we are doing indicator math research. So we're about to dive deep into novel OFI trading indicators, and we're basically going to test it on Hype WebSocket data. We're basically going to record some data, and we're going to test that math for predictive power, and then we're going to build the trading indicator. Or trading algorithm, sorry. I have my trading script here. So we got the broker, we got our config file, we got our market, we got all our risk stuff. So I have the skeleton code here, but I ran this last night and it lost a bunch of money. Okay, are you using AI agents to notify you when stocks hit a certain new high? No, we've moved beyond that. I will be training up my own neural network, and just stay tuned for that. But right now, I wanted to focus on traditional math and not AI, so that I can get a baseline, right? If I go right into AI and start training a transformer, a custom transformal neural network to predict price, I wouldn't know what I'm missing out on the traditional side. So we're working our way up, right? We're starting with CPU. Nice, you build that trading bot to auto trade for slump. Yeah, so that's a good thing, right? I've been thinking about that, but I know what you're saying. Do you know about Markowitz convex optimization for backtesting? No, but I can find out real quick. So the meme coin thing, I know what you're saying. You would have to find just like a long bot. You'd have to look for those long opportunities for the meme coins and like read the blockchain data and have like some sort of alert there. There is some thoughts. I have some thoughts about doing the meme coin stuff, but we're just going to focus on futures trading right now. I even need to spell it right. Markowitz and convex optimizations, but they may be small. Okay. Okay. modern portfolio theory. Yeah, this is not what we're doing. This is like optimizing your portfolio. No. We're literally just trying to predict the price. Like that's at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to predict the price. Predict the price with math, but we already know we can predict the price at very short time scales, like 1 second and under. We know we can predict the price. I've already proven that with my other script. This right here, the alpha summary here, the alpha stats, this proved that my things were predicting the price under, but I can't trade under 1 second. I have a 1.4 second latency with Hyperlquid. So we're fundamentally creating custom software around my constraints. So I need an edge that goes beyond 2 seconds, that beats fees, and ultimately is profitable. So that's what we're hunting right now. And yeah. So, and we're going to look at OFI math, but y'all have so many questions. It's crazy. It's popping off. Everyone wants that trading algo. Cool. All right. Got a little break in the comments here to focus on this. All right. So we were running. So look, we've been collecting data on Hype the entire time in the background. I'm going to open a new terminal here. No. I'm only trading Hyperlquid. Hyperlquid. This Hyperlquid.xyz. This is what we're focused on. I wish I could trade on Binance, and Coinbase is not there just yet. Yep. So crypto, we're focusing on crypto because I can get free, high quality, high frequency data, and it's all API based. I have the docs, I have everything. Everything's so open and free with crypto, and I can trade leverage on Hyperlquid. So we're focusing on futures trading on Hyperlquid, specifically the Hype coin. Now why we're focusing on Hype coin is because the data, the order book, and the tick level data from Hype is the true price discovery. So if I were to trade Bitcoin on Hyperlquid, I would want to look at Binance data. Binance, or for example, the CME data, which probably costs some money. So Hype is going to give me the best edge because it's true price discovery on this exchange, and it's liquid enough, and I can do 10x leverage. So it's enough leverage to grow a small account. So this is the whole thing. We're building a Hyperlquid trading algorithm. That's kind of my ideas here. Unfortunately, we have that 1.4 second latency, which puts me in a different class of trading algorithms, but it's still enough. It's like quick enough to do a lot of damage here. So I could make thousands of trades within that 1.4 second latency, but the edge needs to be everlasting after that. So obviously I'm going to want something that captures big moves like that. Right? That move right there was super consistent. You could just see it kind of stepping up slowly. Or something that kind of trades. So my trading algorithm will eventually, it will map out different regimes, right? So there's different math for different price movements, and there's a lot to it. But right now, let's just focus on getting the OFI indicators, the novel OFI indicators. Okay. So Grok can give some good ideas, but you'll end up, if you keep pushing it to go more novel, it'll go into like the quantum realm, and you won't even be able to run it on your hardware. It'll go full AI psychosis for sure. You gotta be careful with Grok. Now, if you take Grok's super novel idea and give it to ChatGPT, ChatGPT is really good at grounding things in reality. So this is kind of my strategy. You kind of wish-wash between different AIs. No cursor, none of that stuff here. But let's run Python alpha, see if we get any sort of data from this. Oh. Okay. Let's get Gemini. Let's get Gemini in here. We'll give it the alpha report. So I already see right there 0.421. That's not good enough. I'm pretty sure that's what that means. Not going to be good enough, but that's why we wrote this script. So we have a full research platform right here. I can research any math, any indicator, any sort of price prediction tool, gather the data, and then run a data analysis script and quickly iterate and be like, oh, this isn't showing any promise, so dump the math. Oh, okay. So, yeah, I already can tell them this is okay. So the script needs working still. It's still misaligned. The code is not exactly doing what I wanted it to do. Just delete that. Yep. So yeah. So we're going to figure out why it was thinking it. Well, the alpha script didn't work. First off, we gotta figure out why that didn't work. Okay, Okay, so the run script connects to Hyperlquid, connects to the WebSocket, and streams the live order book data, L2 and trades, and then it does feature calculation in the feature script, and then this is where we'll run our OFI math. Then we log the data here, and then as the features are being calculated, the code, wait. The code uses some, hold on, this is maybe where. Alpha signal generator, the fast and slow modes, the signal is a fusion of two components. Alpha should just look at the recorded data and quickly tell us if the math was predicting price. So we're gonna align ourselves to this stuff here. Okay. So yes, that's a perfect way to describe it. The alpha script is essentially the post-game analysis of your trading signals. Alright, we need ChatGPT to criticize. Just like roast this. I am trying to find or research novel math to survive latency. So I'm going to need system specs, not that. I will need latency. I will need system specs. Okay, now we're good. I'm trying to research novel math that survives my latency. Yeah. And then we need to give it the context of my script. So I'm trying to research novel math to survive my latency. Be very critical of the script. None of this math will be used later on, but I want the skeleton code to be ready to test new math and ensure everything is aligned. What is the optimal output, or what is the optimal signals we are looking for to know that the math is predicting price well, and that we can use that in a trading algo. So we will need a variety of different signals to not just price prediction. Cool. TikTok is way more bumping than YouTube here, but we got 66 views here, and then we have 533. So I see, but what's the quality of the viewer on TikTok? It seems like people are highly interested in trading with software. Which is cool. We're trying to build a QuantDev community. Like, that's the whole point. So if we can convert some people from TikTok, that's cool with me. That's cool with me. Hold on. Hold up here. All right. Real estate investor. Let's go. All right, awesome. Thanks for the full drop. Here's a no-nonsense take. A tailor it, survive latency, make the code skeleton plug and play. All right. Yeah. So I shared my latency with it. Rough, but good enough to budget. I sampled guardrail. Any edge with a half-life of less than 1 to 2 seconds will die before you can act. So this is the ultimate problem, and that's why I give ChatGPT my latency score here. It knows that, okay, anything that we create right now needs to be 5 seconds, 15 seconds. Okay. I like this. We'll do 5 seconds, 15 seconds, and 30 to 300 seconds. Very okay. Yes. All right. Cool. Let's output full code files with this new math ideas incorporated. Cool. Now we're taking Grok's idea. We're going to give it to ChatGPT. It was fully aligned with what I wanted. I double checked that. So I said, full code files. This is how you use the tools that you have. You have to make sure you have to be very specific with ChatGPT 5. Otherwise, you'll get something you don't want. For example, if I just said, I'm trying to research, predictive price indicators, it would have not understood that I have this sort of latency, and it would have given me code that predicts, the next 300 milliseconds. So you have to be very specific. You have to know what, all this stuff is. If you collect enough data, then you can get really, really good results. Hold up. Don't add new code files convert the ideas into my existing project structure. All right. So yeah, see how I stopped it there before I went and gave me more. Trying to keep this very lean. I don't want all these files. Okay, so we're gonna go OFI, DW, OFI, OFI, MOM, CIR, Hoxel, proxy. Okay. I don't need latency. I don't need metrics extension. I also don't need signals registry. We just need to fully redo the math. So, yeah. So I got +4 subscribers from TikTok. It's not bad. I am looking. It's Bitcoin. Bitcoin. Let's see. What's TikTok live? I'll be in there. What's up, Bree? Bri? Alright, what do we got here? What do we got? Okay. Got it. No new files below. Drop and replace for existing fork files. Okay. The OFI family, standard, depth weighted, momentum, CIR, Hawks, proxy, integrated plus latency aware labeling. Per row costs, better selection, EC calibration, and regime stability plus latency retention, and the acceptance policy. I kept the NumPy only style and your public API. Cool. Honestly, I might need to create just a folder with all of the math kind of separated. That might end up having to be a thing I do because some of these indicators might be very, but figure it out. What's up, Sash? What's good? We're going AI psychosis. Yeah. Yeah, I got no dance. Are you gonna dance? I got four subscribers. 5 here. You want to see the stats here? We got 550 views, 203 likes without you tapping. Although you did 2,000 likes that one day. Plus 4 new followers, right? And then on YouTube we got 66 views. 4 people are watching me right now. And we got Cardinal. What's up, Cardinal? But yeah, Sash, I'm blowing up here. Everybody's trying to AI psychosis with me. Going alpha script. Let's get down here. Okay, alpha was a giant file. Holy shit. Config. Okay. features. Cool. And then run. Okay. Let's just see if this will work. Run.py. Okay. It is working. Now, let's just double check that it's working well. This looks good. Yeah. So we're collecting data on the features that Grok decided to give us. We're testing out a bunch of different OFI-based indicators, probably at different minutes edge signals. Okay. I don't know if I want this minutes edge signals, but we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. Oh. Okay. Sure. How to see nothing. All right, we'll get a quick idea of what we have here, and then we'll keep iterating. But it's looking good. It's looking good. We got a little bullish momentum. Bids clipper. Let's see what's going on here. Extend myself there. Okay. No questions from the chat. Let's see here. Okay, so we're using fast hazard LLR micro, top of book, plus depth and balance, plus micro price tilt. Intuition, small meso mapper. Integrate directional pressure. Okay, so we have some sort of slower indicators here. Okay, likely strength. Q math is real. Micro price tilt and balance mode by reliably tilt the direction over seconds, few minutes. Okay. Likely weakness. Okay. 25 seconds like gone before you hit the book. Expect most power at 15 to 120 seconds. license. I need math that okay, flip on the purge CP. Alright. Okay. Let's run the alpha script and see if we got anything here. Okay. Are we looking at the right data? Let's make sure we're fully aligned again. There's definitely some stray code in there that's just not. There's definitely some indicators in there that can be purged. I only want to test like the best of the best. There's no need to look at. Okay. Um. Hmm. Okay. Alright. You're testing the right math and the right kind of data, but with too little tape. Okay. Gates are set for production, not discovery. Platform should be research based only, designed to quickly gather data on this. Let's see. Should be research based only, designed to quickly gather data. We need to purge the code of stuff not aligned with this. No production dating none of this. This is research only. Make math that will not align. Ensure we are hitting each goal. Let's discuss first to align the script with my objective. So we're going to make a plan here and figure it out. We're going to figure it out here. Great. Other ideas, non-AI. Okay. Goal and success bar. Okay. Quickly validate whether a small set of signals, LRA, microprice, intervals, predict price. Yes. Pass bar per horizon. Converge. coverage. Okay, systems, Python math. Okay, defer for V2. Okay. Version embargo. Time horizon discipline. All right. We've aligned it. We'll get the full code files. We'll cancel that. Yeah. Pushing. We're pushing this math. So, delete that. Nope. Okay. Okay, here's the lean research only version. All right, we'll wait for this math. Be right back. Oh, shit. Whew, okay. All right. We get the code. Did we get the code? All right, here's a lean research only version. Yeah, there was some lingering stuff with that last script that was slightly misaligned. It was like kind of putting in this production level sort of indicators. It was starting to build up a full trading algorithm. But we are doing research only on the math that we have in there right now. So that will significantly cut down on the code length, for sure. Because that was an issue. Okay, features. Run. Okay, and then the alpha script. Perfect. Okay. Why does latency matter in my research if we are looking at just the pure raw stats of the signal? It's kind of fixated on the latency aspect of it, and we just want to kind of dial in why. Just get a quicker answer here. Just give me the answer. Latency matters in research, and only if you care about how a real strategy could actually see and act on the signal. So, if the objective is pure statistical predictiveness, does the signal correlate with future returns in the data set I have, then latency is irrelevant. I agree. you should use the ideal zero lag version of the signal. That's because you're testing the math itself, not the operational viability. Okay, I agree. Latency starts to matter when you want to measure the degradation from perfect knowledge to what you would have in real time. Yes and no. Look, my latency that it has is 1.4 seconds, but that's actually not the real time to fill on the exchange. It's more likely way quicker. That's just how long it takes the server to respond back to me, which is in 1.4 seconds. Exactly. Yeah. All right, we're going to a new thing here. Review code. It's my code. Review code and be very critical is to a new novel math for predicting price and quickly seeing that in the recorded. Okay. We'll get a second opinion. And yeah. We're still at it. We're 2 hours in. Tomorrow we're going all day live. Like we're gonna figure this out. We're never stopping. Never stopping. We need more haters in the TikTok chat. We only had one hating comment because he was insecure about the fact that people can code really quickly now. But yeah, I'm gonna run this algo. Ideally, I would like to get a couple hours of data recorded, or do an overnight run to get just more signal. Just have it run through different regimes. So we'll let this go, and then we'll let it record. And if we're getting some good signals, then we'll let it go for a little bit of time. Yes. It's water here. Okay. All right, we got a nice bug to fix here. The methodology does. Hold on. Why would it run with local time via now instead of the exchange timestamp included in the trade? But don't use the strict penalty reconnects. Double check all your ideas online. Okay. It'll look online to see what it was missing there. Because the thing is, like, there's no timestamp on the code, but I know for a fact that there's a timestamp on the order book data. What are you looking at here? Okay, order flow balance. Also want to look into CB, isotonic calibration. Microstructure modeling. Okay. Wait for that to go. Oh, look, we got more ideas here. I see. So let's take a look at what Grok told us here. Refine understanding of OFI with enhanced mathematical rigor. Building on the standard OFI, incorporate precise event-based calculations from recent social research. The core OFI captures instantaneous supply and demand shifts. But for better 1 to 30-minute predictions, emphasize formulations that account for persistent and decomposition. Enhance OFI formulations. Why better for prediction? This form highlights directional pressure. Empirical studies show that it can explain 85% of mid-price variance over 1 to 5 minutes, decaying to 40 to 50% by 30 minutes. All right, I think we can work with that. Ideally, my algorithm will just take a bunch of trades. I'll take a bunch of little trades. Like I'm okay with that. I don't need the full move. We don't need the backtesting aspect, but we do need not all of that shit. Let's just put that in the ideas config. Alright, looks like we're dropping off here. I'm going to get the script running. I might come back later. I'm probably just going to make a normal video. Yeah. Like and subscribe, follow for some more algorithm development. But yeah, catch you guys later.